Guys, this is Real Talk Houston with Carlotta B. We're at episode number 8, and today we have a super special guest in the building with us today, joining Real Talk Houston with Carlotta B. We have renowned musician, R&B artist, voted number 2 male singer by the VH Awards, that is Broadcast Houston, who is also featured in Voyage Houston magazine. Help me welcome MUZIK. Yes, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I know a lot of people, if you guys are joining us, I know a lot of people is going to watch this later because the draft did start at 7 o'clock. I already know. So I know that you guys are wanting to get to the draft because I want to go catch the draft too. So we're not going to keep you guys too long tonight. But again, thank you for joining Real Talk Houston with Carlotta B. So again, we have MUZIK in the house, you guys. Dell is responsible for some great songs such as Wasted, Come Closer, Unusual, Alter Ego, and more. So Dell is doing it in the R&B industry, you guys. So again, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
I always want to find out a little bit about my guests before we get started.
Right.
So just something simple. Where are you from? If you're from Houston or not. Tell us a little bit about your background and what high school did you attend?
So I'm originally from the Caribbean. So
Yes.
I came to Houston about 2011. So I've been here since, and that's about it, really.
Nice.
Yes, I'm not from here, so as you can tell the accent.
Yes.
But then with the songs and the singing, it just switches over.
And the accent. What part of the Caribbean are you from?
It's actually a country called Dominica. Not the Republic, by the way, but
Okay.
just Dominica, English speaking.
Okay, that's nice. The Caribbean. Everywhere I've been in the Caribbean, absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. The
It's
water
gorgeous.
is beautiful. Yeah, amazing. Tell me a little bit about your hobbies. Did you have any hobbies at all growing up? Or what did you like to do when you were a child growing up
Okay.
on the island?
Right, so I played sports. I played volleyball, soccer, but I was like a track star, so I did track and field. I was running for my country for like 7-8 years.
Nice. I ran track too. I was a sprinter. Were you long distance or
No, I
sprinter?
was a sprinter.
You were a sprinter too?
200, 400, long jump, triple jump. For like a span of 2 to 3 years, I was the fastest runner in my country.
Really? Oh my God. That is so wonderful. I was a sprinter as well. I did pretty much the same races, the 100, the 200, all of the relays.
Oh, yeah.
And I did the long jump.
Oh yeah,
So,
I did that too.
yeah, and I was the fastest in my district too. So we got that in
Yeah,
common.
it's
Yes,
King
that
and
is
queen.
so. Did you have any childhood mentors when you were growing up, or you was just kind of so engulfed in sports?
Yeah, I want to say with my track coach, but basically just my brothers, man, growing up with them.
Okay, older brothers,
Yes, my
younger,
older brothers.
older brothers. How many do you have?
I have 3 of them.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it's 4 of you guys.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Did you do anything before you got into the music industry? Did you have like another career before you got into music, or what is your
I sure
other
did.
forte?
I graduated in my bachelor's in computer science, computer
Okay.
engineering, and my master's in computer science.
Okay. Nice.
And then I do auto mechanic too on the side, so that was,
Okay, you got some mechanical skills.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. It's always good to multitask. If you can have a lot of things under your belt, it's always a good thing. You can't go wrong knowing how to work on cars because they always break down, right?
Exactly.
I know. When did you get into the music industry? When did you actually know you could sing, and what were you doing when you learned you could sing? And tell us about how you actually got started as an entertainer.
So growing up and stuff, I've always been around music. I used to do help with people singing and stuff, so I was always in the backgrounds and in the shadows. And from a couple of years ago or so, I was always in the studio with my friends, and just me coming up with my songs, my melodies, my ad-libs and stuff. They was like, man, you really need to go to the studio and take it serious. And I did that, and from my first set of recordings, they was like, nah, you gone, like you need to just keep with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does anyone else in your family sing? Like your mom, your dad, uncles, cousins?
Apart from just
Brothers.
going to church and hearing their voice now, it's just me.
Yeah. Wow. Did you ever sing when you were going to the church, or did you ever sing any gospel prior to doing R&B?
Not
Did you
really.
sing when you were?
Just, when you're around the congregation, you just singing and stuff like that. But apart from that, no.
Didn't lead any songs in church when they said, "Who wants to lead this song?" You didn't raise your hand. Me.
I was never that type of person. I was in the bathroom.
You were kind of withdrawn and quiet. You weren't really out there like that, right? Can you play any instruments or
to
any
be
other
honest,
music?
I want to, but I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got a piano over there. We can give you some
Listen.
keyboard skills.
Oh man, that would be great.
So you have some hot new singles that are coming out. Again, so in case someone just joined or anyone just joined us, Dale MUZIK is here with us today, you guys, and he has some really hot songs out there. For example, he has Wasted, he has Come Closer, Unusual, Alter Ego, and he has some other songs out there as well. So talk to us a little bit about those songs. Like, how did they come about? How do you write your lyrics? Are they derived from things you've been through in life or things your friends have been through? Talk to us about the songs that you currently have out there and how they came about.
So what happens first for me, I don't know about anybody else, but I can speak for myself. It starts with the beat, the melody, what drives me out, the emotion and stuff that the beat may give me. And then after that, with me getting my melodies, it's just like, how am I going to take this song and make a story out of it? Because I love doing storytelling, because that's what I grew up to, nostalgic music.
Yeah.
So it's all about, for me, it's the storytelling aspect of it, and how does it make sense to feel with the emotion that you feel with that beat. That's how I do it.
Okay, so do you come up with your own beats as well?
Not the beats, it's
the lyrics. The lyrics, okay. So you come up with the lyrics, and okay, do you have any input at all on the beat? Do you hear some beats, or if you're in the studio, can you kind of give them an example of, I want this beat. I can tell you what it is, but can you make it happen?
Right.
Do you have input on your beats?
So only now I'm doing that. But at the time when I started, I just got music from anywhere that I could hear it from the internet.
Yeah.
And then after just me, learning and networking and stuff, I learned that, hey, it's good to find producers and stuff to help you make your own music and stuff like that, and from finding them to make your music for you.
Yeah.
So only now with my current state that I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Right. So now I have input, but before when I started, I didn't really have, because I'm just getting it from wherever I can get it.
Yeah, just wherever I can get the music from. Yeah. Have you had a moment yet where you said, I just want to give up. This is not working for me. What am I doing wrong? Have you had any moments where you were discouraged and just wanted to give up?
Honestly, no. Because I'm just that driven person, just like my networking and stuff can show you. I'm just that driven person. I don't take no for an answer unless you really tell me no, but I'm gonna,
keep going.
Exactly.
Not gonna
so
stop.
With my music and how I know how good and great it is, I can't give up.
Yeah. That's key. Having faith in yourself and knowing your worth and knowing that you have to keep going.
Right.
Can't stop, don't stop.
Every day I tell myself that my music is bigger than me. So just that alone tells me don't give up.
Yeah. Do you stay up at night thinking of lyrics? Do you wake up in the middle of the night with something in your head that you have to put down on paper?
So it doesn't even matter if it's late in the night, it's anytime.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm listening to something, and then out of the blue, someone just will come out like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even have to be late at night, it's just whenever. I always have my AirPods in my ear, so I'm always listening and just always vibing to get new songs.
And you just go write it down. Is that your process? Do you just go write it? Do you type it? Do you put it in your phone? What is your process?
I put my phone for notes. But only now I've started doing more of that. Before, everything was in my head.
Yeah.
So I would always go in the studio, and I would never have nothing to write, because everything, literally whole songs, is always in my head.
Wow.
That was my process.
That
so
is
now,
brilliant.
Right, I'll hear something in my mind, I'm like, all right, let me write it down. But when I'm listening to a beat and getting my music, everything is in my head.
Wow. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. I love that whole concept. I love that. Do you have a desire to sing anything other than R&B? Do you like gospel? Are you open to singing gospel or pop or hip hop? Or are you strictly an R&B man?
Well, I'll tell you this, I'm Del Music, right?
Uh-huh.
And the thing about me is even if my name is Del,
Yep.
it's an acronym.
Music.
Right, so I'm dedicated to entertain the love of music because
Yeah.
I do different genres.
Yeah.
So I'll do Afro, dancehall, I'll do R&B, I'll do hip hop.
Yeah.
And I'm not, against doing gospel. So it just has to make sense, and it's just
Right.
the melody and the words. If my
Yes.
vocals and my octaves can do it, I'll attack it.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. Diversity. I love that.
That's why I take pleasure in calling myself Del Music, because I'm dedicated to entertain the love of music. Because I do different genres.
Yes, you love music and you will do different genres, open to different genres. Out of the songs that you have now, how many songs do you have out there now that we have access to? Out of the more than the ones that I mentioned, I'm sure.
There's an extra one called Silhouette that I did.
Silhouette, okay.
Yeah, so that's about it. I didn't want to oversaturate people with music because I'm brand new.
Right.
So I'm just, giving you all these music, and there's so much more that's gonna blow your mind.
Yeah,
but it's just giving you this concentrated music that you can get.
Yes. Out of all those songs, how dare I ask you, do you have a favorite? Or should I say top two? If you have a top two. If you had to select, could you?
Yeah, I would say Wasted and maybe Come Closer.
Okay.
But I'm biased, because Alter Ego is like really about me. It's the origin of me. But I would say in terms of R&B, because I love R&B, it probably would be Come Closer and Wasted.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of those songs, you guys, I know you all want to hear a little taste of what Del Music is doing. So I left it up to him to select whatever song he wants to give us a little bit of. So he's going to give us a little bit of that right now.
All right, let's see what I got here.
Testing.
All right. This one is Wasted.
This one is Wasted, you guys.
I'm not here feeling wasted.
Yes, I love that. Wasted.
I hope I did well and I didn't butcher it, right?
You did not butcher it. You did an amazing job. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah. What challenges do you face? I know that's amazing, right? What challenges do you face as an R&B singer? What are you learning about the industry? I heard the music industry is a grimy, dirty, undercut industry. What are you doing to make sure you don't get caught up in that grime?
I want to say build a solid team, solidify yourself with solid and real individuals. Try to build that team to help you to grow and not just like, as you said, like go towards a record label that don't care about you per se. You don't worry about it just for sales. You look for a team that can help you grow, promote, support and everything. That's what I would say.
Yeah. So you haven't had any bad experiences, right?
Not necessarily.
Any lessons learned so far?
I would say just in terms of marketing, networking, getting yourself out there, even to the radio, it's not as easy as people make it sound.
This is true.
Because record labels have that power.
Yeah.
Independent artists don't have that.
Yeah.
So you have to like really build yourself in the city and maybe even go outside of another city to come back around. So
right.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. What advice do you have so far from what you've experienced and the things that you have encountered so far? What advice do you have for anyone that's kind of starting out fresh or even want to get into the music industry?
So there's two things about it. One, what may work for me may not work for you. By now, everybody knows Dell Music is one of the hottest networking artists in Houston. So I go out there. I don't want to hear no.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's self-awareness, like believing in yourself, like telling yourself you're not gonna give up. It can be hard, can be sleepless nights, but just put yourself everywhere that you possibly can. Try to get known. Don't worry about what people may think, because it's just something different in your ears. They're just not accustomed, because we all, saturated with the songs that everybody else is doing. So just tapping out to being something new and creative might be a little challenge for you, because you think people might not like it, but just do what you feel and you want to do. Yeah. And just don't give up. That's about it.
Yeah. How about legally? What advice would you have for someone a new artist that need to protect themselves and their brand and their music and their lyrics? Finding a legal attorney, an entertainment attorney, is pretty critical too, right? To prevent someone from stealing your sound.
Right, that's good too. Make sure that you get all your music on ASCAP. Make sure you register your music. Even if you use, like for me, DistroKid, you make sure that you pay. You don't be cheap about it. You pay for everything in terms of like how far you want to go with your music, even buying beats and stuff like that. Get it exclusively if you can. And just, as I said, doing everything the legal and right way. Just registering your stuff and making sure that you protect it.
That's important.
Because everywhere you go, they're going to tell you, hey, what's your BMI? What's your ASCAP? What's this? Because you know you want to get to that next level.
Yeah.
And I see myself wanting to be global. Like, no matter what continent, country, what it is, I want y'all all to know me.
Yes. Dell Music all over the world. Right? Not just good. Houston. Yeah, of course. That is exactly, I love that. You are in Houston. Do you perform outside of Houston? If someone wanted you to come do a performance outside of Houston, are you open to doing that, or are you doing any traveling at all at this point?
I've gone to Dallas a couple of times and stuff for performances. I know at no point, don't want to do it. I'm open to do it because, as I said, I'm trying to be to a global state where everybody knows about me.
Exactly.
So me going to another city and stuff like that, I'm open for it. If you wanted me to perform, just reach out to me.
Yep. There you go. I love that. All right. You gave us a clip of one of your songs. You sung one of your songs for us, and that was absolutely amazing. So I'm saying that to say that if anyone is just joining and you missed Dell Music's performance, please go back and catch the show. Everything should be on all live streaming platforms tomorrow. So I just wanted to let you know that you can definitely catch him there. Okay, you guys did miss a performance, and it was phenomenal. Okay.
We had a little technical difficulties, but we know.
We had a little technical difficulty with the speakers, but that is perfectly fine. How do you prepare yourself for your performances? Do you have a ritual that you do? Are you ever nervous? And if you have been, how do you get over that initial stage fright?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been nervous for a performance. I have this thing where somebody told me that I have a switch. As soon as I come to perform and stuff, like everything is just it's a job, it's a job that you love and you will do.
Yes.
So it's just one of those things where no matter what it is, where sound check bad or as long as I'm ready to perform, that's it.
Yeah.
It's just I switch it.
Yep.
So I let nothing bring me down. I give every show. I give my best
you
performance.
give your all. Yeah. That's when you know that you're doing what you're passionate about. Right. When you get ready to go do it, and you're not just freaking out and shaking and nervous, and your voice is trembling. Right. You're doing what you love. You're doing what you love. Yeah. And when you're doing what you love, it's never cumbersome and it's never work. We might complain a little bit, right? Just a little bit, but we're still doing what we love.
That's true.
So there's different types of music now. Well, let's just say old school jams and new school jams. Mm-hmm. There's a real big difference in the music, the way it used to be, as far as the lyrics even. The music, we've always had R&B and gospel and hip hop and rap, but there's such a big difference in the lyrics. Everything is so blatant and profane and matter of fact and aggressive and direct. What do you think contributes to the old subtle lyrics that we used to have, where everything was kind of slightly indicated, to now where it's like bam in your face and so offensive?
I want to say maybe it could be the generation. Before. As I said, I'm nostalgic, so that's the type of music that I bring with my lyrics, right?
Yes,
so we took our time with certain things, but now with the generation and stuff, they want it now. It's just it's now. Everything is just the world has changed.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. So they just, hey, I hear this song and this is what's popping right now. Let me replicate this a little bit to my thing and do the same thing. So that's what it is. Instead of just, hey, let me take my time, let me build this story and this and that. So the R&B is good, but it's kind of like declining to the point where everything now is rap, because you're trying to tell that one story on the streets.
Right. Right. Wow. Why do you think so many rappers and R&B artists and hip hop artists are beefing? Is it that big of a competition in the industry that the beef has to be that tough? I think there's room for everybody. Why all the anger and beefing back and forth?
I don't know, but the best way I can maybe describe it per se is that the way that everything is now is just, like you say, it's a competition, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things where I don't want to say it's the record labels per se, but there is this type of image. Let's just say the streets, whatever. Yeah. There's this image. In order to get that kind of image, it's like, okay, you have to not gangbang per se, but just be in that element to say, hey, I'm taking you up the street. You need this money. Let me give you this record deal and tell your story in rap, and then I'm making money. Yeah. Oh, well, the younger guys on the street say, hey, well, I can do it too, because I'm doing the same thing in real life. You now becoming a fake icon. Mm-hmm. And then it just, the trend just starts like that. And then now one fraction is making money, one fraction. And then, okay, you burn out yourself in terms of, okay, what's next? Yeah. I don't know. Let me diss this guy and get clout, and he's going to clap back. So it's just...
Yeah, they just go back and forth, and who can outdo who can be the loudest, who can talk the most noise. Right. It's almost like the Dirty Dozens, right? We're going to go back and forth, and we're going to see who wins.
And every one city wants to represent this one person, so obviously your city will be, down for you, and then it's a whole clash. And,
exactly. Exactly.
My R&B is just one of those things where it certainly brings you down and helps you with whatever way you may feel. That's
right. What do you think your biggest accomplishments are to date? And it could be from a personal standpoint. It could be from an inner self perspective. It could be from a music perspective. What do you think Del Music's biggest accomplishment is to date?
I want to say me pushing myself to not giving up, believing in myself.
Resilience.
Everybody says, like, they believe in God, they praise God and stuff, which is fine and it's good. But at the same time, you have to believe in yourself to not give up. There's a lot of trials and tribulations that come with it. So I think just as I said, with me even starting this thing coming up to 2 years now, to me just always keep pushing myself, you know, promoting myself, networking, and even to get the awards, the second place in
exactly,
in Houston.
right?
So
That's a
it's
big
just,
accomplishment.
that's it. And then to have my song in a movie right now, 10 Reasons Why Men Cheat, be in magazines and stuff like that for me just coming out.
Yeah.
This is dope.
Forgot about that one. 10 Reasons Why Men Cheat. You can hear Del Music's one of his songs featured in that movie, and that song is Unusual, you guys. So when you see that movie, 10 Reasons Why Men Cheat, you will hear Del Music in there.
Yes,
okay. Where do you see yourself in, say, 5 years?
Global.
Yeah. Global. Doing it.
From my music back home to all in the Caribbean and stuff, I see global.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. What does your family think about your success and your music? How do they feel about your music?
They're very supportive of me, even though I've been really excited in the awards and stuff like that, being there and stuff, just to see me grow and grind. My nephew to me every day is proud of me, you know what I mean? So they support me, they're very happy.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's always good to have support. Support is key. That helps a lot. If you could go back and change anything, number one, about your childhood, what would it be? And if you could go back and change anything about your adulthood, your life thus far as an adult, what would those two things be?
One, I would say as a childhood, not giving up on track and field per se, because I felt like I had a high chance of even reaching to an Olympic standard per se, even to coming up in the US and stuff like that. Just listening more, learning more, learning instruments and stuff like that. Me being older, I want to say I should have took maybe music a little more serious in terms of like story writing per se. But I was focused on school.
Okay.
You know? So that was one of the things where it's a should have but not.
Yeah.
And then, as I said, just getting time to learning certain instruments and stuff like that and making music.
Right. Okay. Those are good things. Yeah. If we could all go back, everybody has that list of things they could do. They can only go back and do it again. Everybody has a list, right? Everyone that comes through, we always throw in some fun facts, questions that are fun facts, and we always throw in a couple of questions around the big elephant in the world, which is relationships. So the first one I'm going to ask you about relationships is, what are single men looking for in a woman? Whether it's for to date them or looking for a wife. What are single men looking for? Like, what would be the top two things you would look for in a woman? Number one and number two. What would they be?
I would say the quality of a woman, you know, not necessarily saying how your mom would raise you, but that's just a Caribbean thing.
Okay.
With, you know, how your parents are raising you and stuff like that. So it's the quality of who you are, like what you can do in terms of like, can you cook? Can you do things for yourself? Can you stand alone? That would be one thing. And then the other thing I think should be and would be is just where you see yourself. Like, what goals do you have for yourself? Are you a go-getter? Are you independent? Are you striving for something? You know, that's the two, I think. Yeah,
that's good. That's major. Okay, that's good. First date. What are the first three questions you would ask a woman on a first date, face-to-face? First date. 3 questions.
I would say, what are your do's and don'ts? What are your likes?
What do you like and what you don't like?
Right.
Okay.
And then the other thing I think I would ask would be, what makes you happy?
What makes you happy?
Because you can be okay, but are you happy?
Okay.
And then the last thing I think I would ask would be, are you dating for a purpose? Like, you know, what are you looking for? What is your goal? Dating? Are you just randomly dating just to
get a free meal?
Or free meal, or are you dating on purpose to like build something, to grow with somebody? You know, like looking for that other half, your period.
Yeah.
Your full stop.
Right.
That's the free.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I have a lot of people have been sending me messages about doing a full-blown relationship show. Like have men, have women, and just let them go at it. Just ask questions and let them go back and forth and hash it out, because, you know, I think that's something that, that's a forum where I think it needs to be an honest and open forum, because I think we're getting to a point now where the art of dating is almost lost. It's like people don't know how to do it anymore. Especially those that have been married for a long time, and say, for example, they get a divorce, or their spouse pass on, or and they're getting back out in the dating world, and it's been years, and things have dramatically changed. So a lot of people are just like, oh my God, what do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. What's happening out there now? So there's a lot of nuances and caveats now about dating.
That's true, and everybody has their own elective on things, their own mindset. So it's just so crazy. It depends on, once again, the generation, like what they see, what they going towards. Of, oh well, this person is like this person like this. You don't find anybody really at a young age, okay, settling down. It's just, oh, okay, this didn't happen, I don't want to fight for it, there's too many fishes in the sea.
So that part. They think the grass is greener on the other side, and it's really dead grass.
Right. And then you think like, oh well, he's gonna wait for me. No, he probably moved on, and so said, so done, and vice versa.
Facts. Exactly.
But that would be good though.
So true.
It would be a clash, but it would be good.
Yeah, I know.
Because everybody wants to take their own blame, and everybody wants to take their own achievements. Like, oh well, I wasn't this way, and
exactly. Okay, fun facts question. What is the one thing that no one would believe about you? What is like unbelievable? People would be like, no way.
I laugh because I hear it all the time. I'm shy. I hear it all the time. People don't believe me when
I kind of got that. Shy. I get that from you. I believe it, but
I'm shy. Just because the way I network and I'm always talking to people, but that's, as I said, it's like a job, is a business. When my own personal space and stuff, like I switch it up. You'll never find me just randomly talking to somebody just because, like, hey, what's your name? What's your number? But if it's about my music, I can talk all day.
So you're naturally an introvert, which means you're not just out there like what you just said, talking to everybody normally, unless it involves your passion. Then you don't really have any trouble doing it, right?
I get a lot of change faces too. Like I come up to maybe a beautiful woman or something. I'm like, hey, can I ask you a question? And then her face maybe light up. I was like, can you check my music? And it's like she wasn't expecting that. And then I'll give it and I'll be gone. It's like, hold up, wait a minute.
I love that. That's amazing. He's shy. Wow. And then you're a performer. You're on stage, but like you said, there's a switch there. There's a switch. When you're doing what you love, you just automatically step into position and do what you got to do. I love it. That's a craft. What final words do you have for the audience? Do you have any shout outs for anyone out there, or any final advice that you have for anyone that's watching as far as following their dreams and staying focused on their vision?
I want to say, once again, don't give up. Just stay true to what you believe. Stay to your craft. Be original. Everybody copies everybody, but try to keep your originality with you. And then just, don't give up. Persevere. I want to shout out the team that's helping me right now. 12110 MUZIK. My producer, Chris, with the beats. Just my family and everybody that supports me, or my Dell Music fans. And then, reach out to me on Dell Music, del.muzik on Instagram, or Dell Music on any platform there is.
Remember that, you guys. If you need any performances, or you would like to request his service, or want to reach out to him, Instagram, del.muzik. You can always find him there. Okay. All right. Again, thank you so much for coming. We've got a renowned musician, R&B artist. He was voted #2 male singer by the Broadcast Houston Awards, featured in Voyage Houston magazine. His song is in a movie, 10 Reasons Why Men Cheat, and the song is Unusual. Again, thank you. Del Music. One last thing.
My music video on YouTube, Unusual. It's a sexy R&B. You're going to love it.
Yes. Your videos are the bomb, too.
Yes, man.
Check out the videos, too, you guys.
And Come Closer is coming out real soon, too.
Okay, Come Closer is coming out soon. Check him out. Del Music. Thank you guys for joining Real Talk Houston with Carlotta B. Season 3, episode number 8. And we will see you next time. Bye, Boss Fam.